We on?
We are on.
Hey! Is this SlapperCast?
It is.
Does this thing have a number?
179.
60.
That's a good number. It's almost 180, guys. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where are we going?
We're on to College Station in the green,
Yeah.
with McAloon.
Yep.
Yep.
Back in the van.
Yeah.
Brought my pillow. I'm ready to take a nap.
Napaloon. So, last night, Continental Club. Where's Baby Bucks? Did anyone? Oh, fuck. We gotta go back. Yeah, Baby Bucks is napping in Houston. We gotta go back and get him.
This is a private jet.
Yeah. But yeah, last night, Continental Club, Houston, Texas. The birthday eve of Continental Club, 22 years old.
That's right.
So today's Tuesday, so now they're 22 and 4 days old. Yeah.
The show was amazing. First off, Penny and the Flamethrowers.
Check it out. Check it out.
I get the shirt.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
I got the bloomers on.
Oh.
Yeah. And my flame underwear.
Well, the flames are natural.
Yeah. No, but they were awesome. They're out of Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rockabilly, rockabilly, you know, on the rock side. They were really good.
Hard rockabilly.
Hard rockabilly, yeah. They had a sax player, which is, you know, there's two kinds of sax players. There's the good ones and then everybody else. And they had a good one. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah. Great bass player.
Yeah.
Great drummer.
Jerry.
David, and we, and of course the husband and wife team. I mean, of course we'd never seen them live, but we know them because Darren hired us to play up in Louisville, just outside of Dallas, and we had a ball up there. And we're actually back there in September with young Heidi Riggs. But yeah, that's where we met him, and we showed up in beautiful little town. If you're ever in Dallas, get the fuck out and go see Louisville.
Yeah.
It's just just well kept, beautiful park, great stage. The sound was second to none. Sound guys were amazing, and Darren ran the show, and we just blown away.
Yeah.
So that's how we met them, and then we got talking about this show. So very, very fun.
It was cool. Great turnout. So it's been a while. I guess, when did we later last year? Was it the last time we did a Continental show?
Outside.
Oh, yeah. I guess,
Wasn't it?
I guess it's been a few times. The last really big show we did there was the CD release party last summer.
Oh yeah.
Did you do the toy drive last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was good too. But this was really good turnout.
Lubo was on sound too. Phenomenal.
Yeah, Luba killed it.
Yeah.
He did a great job as usual.
That was using it. They were using the in-ear monitors and going direct, and that was the best we've ever. Usually, when you leave the Continental from playing on that stage, your ears are bleeding.
Yes.
For like 2 weeks, and your eyes are bleeding, and your nose is bleeding too. But yeah, this was great. You could, the range. You could just go anywhere, and it followed you. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome sound. And there was a light show. I didn't even know the lights moved.
Yeah, they've been upgrading the gear there occasionally.
Yeah. It's all thanks to our friend Luba. He really is he's a technician in every department in that club. Mm-hmm. He's such an asset to the Continental Club. And like I said, their birthday was on Saturday, and they have been for 22 years bringing the top players, the top bands, the best of everything to Houston, and we're so grateful to them. Starting with Pete Gordon and David Beebe back in the day when they kicked the doors in and they themselves built that club from the rubble.
Yep.
And then moving, through the years, and now they have a good time running the show, running the club. And Alan Hill of Alan Oldie's band fame he's the main contact now for booking. And ever since he's done it, ever since he's taken over, they've had great people. Pete Gordon for the longest time was just the, as my friend Sade would say, smooth operator. But Alan now with the reins is just a new lease of life. And Alan's a pit bull. He just doesn't. He's like a puppy. He just doesn't stop. Pit bull puppy. a Pippi, if you like.
Were you at the Continental when they first opened up?
Yeah, I was the first. I was
First day.
First drink served.
Yeah.
I made it.
What was it?
It was a Jack and Coke. It was actually it was a Jim Beam and Coke.
Beam and Coke.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what like, do you remember any bands from like that first year?
I remember the first band that ever played in there. It was a garage band out of Austin, Texas, called the Sons of Hercules.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yeah, and they look like the Ramones, and they sound like the Ramones, except they're a little bit louder.
Wow.
Yeah, but great guys and just tremendous. I don't often pat us on the back, but we three. And Buckley too, you know, if you Buckley, wake up. No, he's not. He's out. I mean, we for so many years have, and it showed last Friday night at the Continental. The tightness and the eyebrow move and the stop. I mean, there's some things you can't teach, but in time it just becomes part of your DNA.
Yeah.
And that was so evident last night. There were so many good things about you know, starting off with Luber running sound. It's just so nice when everything you ask for sits in your head.
Yeah.
And it's so nice. But really a testament to what we built over those years, many years of playing. It all came together last night because, you know, we had to go and get Mike from his job at Baby Gap and bring him to I shouldn't have said that, Marker, you know, and then bring him in. But I mean, I'm not just saying that because you're here and you can actually punch me in the temple again. Yeah. But it was like riding a bike, if you like.
Oh,
see what I did there? No, it really was. It was just, there were so many moments of, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, he's not gonna remember. Oh, you remember that part? So it was really it's a glorious moment for me, and I don't say that often. You know, I usually just go.
I think the best way to explain it when you're playing songs that you've played a lot, it's like when you get in the car and you drive from work to your house, or you drive from your house to your mom's house or whatever, or to Chad's mom's house.
Yeah, Marker.
No, but it's like you know, driving and you get there and you're like, you don't even remember how you got there, and if you had to tell somebody the directions, you'd fuck it up, and if you had to draw a map, it would be wrong. But if you just got in the car and drive, you get there, and that's kind of what it's like playing these songs that we played so many times. But also, like, you know, some of that too, things just happen and you have to roll with it. You know, you got to roll with it. You know, sometimes the section will be a little bit longer or extended this or that, and you got to roll with it, or the ending will be a little bit different. It's never the same every time. You know, that's kind of like from the metaphor, that's kind of the traffic, you know, the stop car that you got to, you know, the little detour that you got to take around, but you still get there on time. So that's really cool. And it was great playing with Chris, and I don't know how to make this not a backhanded compliment, but you know, he was a terrible improviser when he was in the band with us. It wasn't his strength. Chris is very much like plays the same solo, like he figures out the good one and then does it, and that's cool. But as soon as he left the band, he started like improvising bluegrass solos, and I know, like last night, it felt like, I don't know if it was, but it felt like he ran out of tape on the Intro to Pirates or PLFM, and it extended on, and he was just coming up with new shit.
Yeah, it's true. It really is true. Yeah.
So that was cool. And I'm like, really, you know, we were in the band together for all this time, and you left us to get, and then got good. And I think for me, it's fun to come in this situation to just have a couple of gigs, because you take more risks. You don't have to live with the consequences of anything. So, you know, no, I mean, you know, it's you could try stuff, and sometimes it doesn't land perfect, but you know, you tried it anyway, so it makes it a lot of fun.
That's right, and it is fun. That, you know, I'll say this too, in all the years of playing, you can't tell me a time that we train wrecked.
No.
You can't. We're just stops. Yeah. There's never a song that fell off. That that disintegrated, that stopped. Never.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to what was built.
But the other great thing too, I think about Continental that you don't get anywhere else is that perfect stage height where people are kind of heads at your knee level or I don't know wherever they're at. It just makes it for dancing, and to look out and see people dancing to some songs that I was like, I didn't think people could dance to this, and everybody was, the participation was really good. Second Worst Girlfriend, like everybody knows it now. And, that was a really fun song last night. It was just cool, and I was surprised at the amount of dancers having a good time. Like the whole floor was packed with people dancing to the song and having a good time. So that was cool. And there's a certain thing about when you're playing on the floor, or, you move the dartboards out the way. It's a little awkward for people to be dancing, coming up to you eye level, so keep your distance. But when you have the stage, everybody kind of packs in up towards the front, and that makes that venue really special for shows. That was cool.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were impressed with Penny and the Flamethrowers for sticking around and really enjoying the show and rocking out. So many times, everybody's just used to opening bands like, all right, guys, I'm out of here. I gotta, I'm a professional. I gotta leave. But yeah, they were enjoying the show. They stuck around till the end.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
That was a good fit. We've had openers before. Rarely. Typically, we don't do them because typically our audience won't have the patience for whoever the opener is. Doesn't matter how good they are. But this was different. I was really pleased to see what a great reception they were getting.
Yeah, it was a good mesh.
We bitched about the bands that open and then split, especially festivals and stuff like that, where it's you don't have to they don't have to stick around to the end of the night, but there's that, and Houston's rampant with it. I just see it, the build where there's 3 or 4 bands and the first band's out and they've just no interest in the club or in the venue or the event. If you don't have that, if your band is going to be that band that's going to play this stuff and just split, well then that's not good for the club, and it's certainly not good for the other band. For the weight of the night or the excitement of the night is kind of ruined by it, just because it's telling you, say, well, there's nothing else going on here. Yeah. We've played, you've seen all you need to see. Not the way. So, we've bitched many times about that. And, the crew, the Penny and the Flamethrowers are very, very good, very professional. And I know that Anne and Mo behind the bar appreciated them, and Mike at the front door and Colin in the back. Everybody was, very happy with their cordial warmth and just professionalism. It's always nice. Yeah. So I'm a fan. I'm a new fan.
Definitely. And then, so tonight we're going to Abandon's
birthday party.
Abandon's birthday. I was going to ask.
Double birthday party.
So how old is
not officially. No.
Shut up, Chad.
When we say this.
Not that shit.
Chris is doing that in August. Yeah.
Well, what Blaggards anniversary is this?
It is the 18th, yeah. It is theirs too, but Chris is being weird about the actual
Sweet 18.
party.
Yeah, fucking R. Kelly won't call us back.
Yeah.
So, too old. But this is very, very, very appropriate. This show tonight.
Yeah.
It's we tried to surprise Chris Steele, the owner of Abandon's, last time. We brought Chris Buckley out. So Baby Bucks arrived at the thing, and Chris nearly lost his fucking mind. He was so happy. And we tried to keep Mike a secret from him, but he had found out. But I'm telling you something, you will see tears today, tears of joy. Chris Steele is the if anybody has a McAloon tramp stamp, it's got to be Chris Steele.
Yeah.
He just adores you. And so we're and Buckley is, of course. Buckley is the only T-sip that Chris will he's the only one that Chris Steele will make time for, because Longhorn Bucks and Aggie Steele, they've got, you know, outside of this, they've got nothing in common. So it really is true. It's just, so tonight's been on my mind, and of course next Thursday at T-Bone Tom's, I cannot stop thinking about that, just because we have a lot of people down there in Kemah, which is just south of Houston, just north of Galveston. I'm thinking about that because there's a lot of people that we have down there that A, love the food, who wouldn't, but B, don't travel very far, and they live there, so that's their only chance to see us, and they get to see you again, they get to see Bucks again, so that's a thrill. But we have to mention as well, we have to say Brian Morris from Indiana, and we have to also say Emily Young from San Antonio. I mean, a lot of people come from a lot of miles away. And I mean, Brian Morris heard you were coming. He said, "Oh, that's it." And he jumped the plane. Yeah. So
I didn't even see him.
I saw him at the end of the night. I wouldn't find him. But yeah, really cool to see him. You know, for him to jump in the plane from Indiana on short notice too. It can't be cheap, right? I mean, get a ticket last minute. So
kidding. Jeez,
that was really cool. And he's coming out again. You know, for Saturday night Abandons.
Yeah,
which is in the past.
Yes, and weird, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, so just big thanks to everybody that. And I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I don't know if this is absolutely possible, but we're going to try for next Thursday night. We're going to try to do a little bit of a live stream. Yeah. Maybe do the first set from T-Bone Tom's. We don't typically do that in clubs, you know, because we're trying to get people to go to the clubs and drink there. And but Thursday is different because T-Bone Tom's, as big as the outside is, it sells out quickly, meaning the tables will be booked. And I know that our friends from Tortuga, the Drunken Monkey Privateers, I know they're coming, and usually that's a 20 top. Yeah. So if you were planning on coming to T-Bone's, I would call Jeff or call the crew at T-Bone Tom's, 1-800-EAT-STEAKY, the big old steer, and just, you know, book your tables, because it's going to be, but if it's possible, we're going to try to do a live stream so we can show everybody, especially, you know, because one of the first names that we mentioned when we got Mike to commit was our friends up in Omaha, you know. And June Narnia, I hope you're feeling better. She's been down with a bunch of time of the month, but it's also she's been down, you know, she's been down a little bit. So June, I hope you're feeling better. And of course Jay, Jill, and all the gang up in Omaha, and you know, all the people all over. We just, you know, we miss you, and we wish we could drag these lads around the country real quick and play for everybody, but that's gonna take a little time. Hey, let's kill a song.
Kill? Yeah.
Let's kill. All
right, I went first last time, so.
All right, Mike, it's on you.
Speaking of going to College Station.
Okay,
no.
Yes, I know it's killed already.
No,
okay,
damn
we're killing it today.
Damn it. God, why didn't I think of that?
Bugger Off by Fiddler's Green.
Is that their name?
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah, Fiddler's Green. Fucking awful Irish.
What a great kill.
Irish-ish song. But
do you want a hand choking it to death? God damn it, that's a good one.
O'Bannon's has it on their playlist, and every night at closing time
at 2:00.
I remember we hate the song so much. One time, Patrick, we finished at like 1:15 or 1:30.
Yes.
And Patrick's like, if we can get everything out of here by 2:00, everybody gets free Whataburger or something. And we got every cable wrapped up in 20 minutes, and on the sidewalk. We were on the sidewalk, you know.
We missed it.
Yeah, we missed it. Thank God.
What a great kill.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's been a better kill.
Yeah, I could go the rest of my life without hearing it.
Unless you drink at O'Bannon's, which you probably don't. I don't know. I guess there must be other pubs who use it as the closing song of the night, but that's the only place I've ever heard it. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, and it's actually, I think there's a couple covers of it now, too.
No.
The Real Mackenzie's covered it.
No.
Yeah, it's awful.
I'm assuming, I can't remember if that's correct or not, the Fiddler's Green. So I know that it's been misattributed to people, because I looked it up. at one point, I can't remember the name of the original band, but they are frequently not credited as the original guys. It goes all the way back to the late 80s or something like that. It's really old live recording, the version that we hear in the pub.
Well, I think it's like when you have a train running past your house, you wake up in the middle of the night when it doesn't come by. So I think the staff have just blacked it out. Anyway, that's a great kill.
You used to wield the opening line just to throw us off, like, well, no.
Do you have anything that you'd like to bring back to the table, or maybe illuminate? Or
Yeah, I'm illuminating a newish song. Came out in 2021, but there's this band from England called Crazy Arm.
Crazy Arm?
Crazy Arm, yeah. They're from Devon? Plymouth? Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, same. Devon, Plymouth, whatever, in south of England. And they're, I don't know how to describe them. I mean, I guess loosely they'd be like considered a punk band, but they're very folky and like protesty kind of stuff. And the drums are very, for fans of like lots of floor toms. They always have a lot of that going on, and then Western-y guitars. So just really,
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's perfect, and I they're really shit hot band, like just amazing band. And the album, I forget the name of the album, but the song that I really like is called "Fear Up" by Crazy Arm. So go check it out and go listen to them. I haven't heard a lot of people talking about them. I always like come across these bands like, oh, these guys must be huge, and then I look on Spotify and it's like 10,000 listens. I'm like, oh, it's nothing, Blaggards has 100,000. So, but or whatever, millions, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I really like them, and I've never seen them. I don't even know if they toured over here. I imagine they have, but they've been around they probably have like 4 or 5 albums out. But the one they put out last year in 2021 is really good. It's the best one. So that's the song I want to resurrect.
Cool. Like it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll go next. I want to say, Rochelle Fugate, thank you. This is very, very tasty. So the song, I'm going to go backwards. The song that I'd like to illuminate, or just another one I've been listening to. If you're a fan of anything like Green Day and that kind of stuff, you'll need to know Stiff Little Fingers.
Yes.
And I was listening to Nobody's Heroes and Alternative Ulster, all those songs. I have a double CD, and it's just the hits. And a friend of mine passed away very suddenly last week, and I remember being in his house listening to music, and big Metallica fan, big AC/DC fan, big metal fan in general. But I remember listening to all these songs, but Stiff Little Fingers being from Ireland, they're and with such poignant, their music seemed to be so politically charged and so fuck authority and so just in the moment, but it's lasted. It never the meaning never dissolved. It never faded. It's still as tough and as strong and as to the core as it was. And it wasn't written like poser stuff. I like Green Day. I can't help but like that stuff. I think it's very clever, and I think that they're great players. And I love three-piece. I love a good three-piece band, like a ZZ Top and that kind of,
That's a top.
Yeah. And then, and of course, Motorhead. All that stuff. So, Stiff Little Fingers, not a three-piece, but still in that. I just love that attack that they had, and the fact that the music never became like again, if you were to listen to "We're Not Going to Take It" or "Come On, Feel the Noise" back in the 80s, it was worth something. Today it's worth nothing. It's transparent, it's weak, it's not. So anyway,
they were so melodic, like that. That's
yes.
The main thing, and it wasn't sing-songy, or bad melodic. They had a lot of tune to their music, and Irishness really in there too.
Yeah.
And that's why they kind of stand above, you know, your other bands at the time, you know, your Sex Pistols, they're just kind of for the time period. And that's why I think they stand up so much, is how melodic they were. The bass lines are actually had a counter melody, and the lead parts had a melody, and all the vocals had a sing-songy melody to it. But what song did you say though?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So there were so many. There were so many on that record. I mean, I guess Nobody's Hero was the one that was just resonating because it's so catchy, and it was, you know, written. I think by, you know, I don't think, but it was written by teenagers, and it was the greatest, just tough anthem. You know, it's wonderfully done, and it hasn't lost any of its sparkle or its thump. You know, it's a great piece, and like the whole catalog. If you like that kind of stuff, you know, go back and check it out. You'll see where all these bands came from, especially all those 90s bands that were trying to do the real fast pop punk kind of stuff.
Yeah,
they definitely borrowed from that. You know, from those guys. They're just and they're still running around.
Yeah, I think for me, Alternative Holster is just such a good song.
Suspect Device too, just because for what we do, and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
I would love to cover either of those songs.
Yeah, Suspect Device is for sure the hit, of all time.
Yeah.
But I love Alternative Holster. They have that kind of, there's a lot of like punk that was like and no stopping.
Yeah.
But Alternative Holster had like a rhythm to it.
Yeah.
The guitar had a dance going in it. And it played against the drums, and I mean all their stuff was like that. But definitely more people need to be listening to Stiff Little Fingers for sure.
Yeah. And then the song "To Kill" is Sheryl Crow. And I'm terrible with the names. I just know that I don't like her voice. And it was parking lot. She didn't write Parking Lot, right?
Bad Days.
That sounds awful too. Oh, I don't know that one. The Put Up a Parking Lot one.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that one's awful. Yeah, that sounds like a commercial for tights
or tampons.
Yeah, that's awful. That stuff's awful.
Yeah,
I remember a couple years ago when I was living downtown in 6th Ward, they had a New Year's Eve party on the bayou, like fireworks.
Yeah,
and Sheryl Crow was the headliner.
Oh,
and it was awful. It was right.
I know. I must have been living there.
Yeah, you were living there at the time.
Oh,
well, you were probably at a Fido or something.
Yeah,
you probably avoided it, but yeah, it was awful.
Oh, that's awful. Oh my god.
Yeah, she's pretty bad, and really, I think she's pretty shameless that like she's not really a musician. She just gets up there and plays whatever, does whatever they want her to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I was reading about her at some point recently. I can't remember why, but when she first came out, that her debut album, she got in some trouble for that one because she'd been in the songwriting group in Nashville, I think, where a lot of the songs that wound up on her debut album were actually co-written with other people that she didn't give credit to.
Oh, thanks a lot, Eric Clapton.
Yeah, so there was some controversy with that, like all that stuff. Like all I want to do is have some fun and all those first hits that she had.
Fucking yeah, can I kill that one too?
Yeah.
Isn't Put Up a Parking Lot though? Isn't that a Johnny Mitchell song?
I think so. That's why I couldn't remember.
Did she cover it?
I don't know, but whatever it is, I'll kill that one.
Okay.
The one you said. If not, but no, so bad. She to me there's a Gloria Estefan as well. She always sounds like she's just about to go flat. That's how her voice sounds to me.
Yeah.
It just sounds to me like she just right, whether she hits the note or not. Our good friend Paul Beebe was talking about when Carlos Santana bends a note, he never bends it to the actual note. He just goes right under it, and that drives him up the wall.
It's like I'm running out of power, so I have to wrap this up.
Well, then kill something. Kill something, Smalley.
All right, so I don't know, just cut straight to the quick. Young Americans by David Bowie.
It happened.
Yeah. And it's not a song that I despise, but I'm really, really sick of hearing it now, and it's not one of his best songs. I know it's a really popular song, but all that stuff, and like I like, as far as that record's that's concerned, I like Fame off of that record, off the Young Americans record. Pretty much everything else, that's one of the only Bowie albums that I've never really warmed up to.
Can you kill Dancing in the Streets too? I know it's not.
I thought you haven't killed that one yet.
It needs to die again.
Well, let's kill it right now.
Let's beat up the corpse.
Yeah. God, fuck you. Never mind. I just could do without that one, and I think I don't know. It's all we're talking about saxophone, good saxophone players and everybody else. Not that David Sanborn is a bad sax player, but the sax on that doesn't help. That doesn't help. It's my tolerance for that song. The sax grates on my nerves sometimes. Anyway,
I don't know. I think I'm gonna miss that one.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
I mean, and there are parts about it I like. It's like some songs I've just heard too many times.
So resurrect something before you run out, but we'll come back if you can.
Yeah. And I wanted to replace that with a song that from his later career. I'm trying to remember which album this one is on. I think it's on Reality, and quite a bit of Bowie's latter period stuff is pretty underrated, which was kind of by his design at that point, because after he did Tin Machine, he just kind of let go of this sort of self-imposed obligation he felt that he needed to have to continue having hits after Let's Dance. He thought, I gotta keep maintaining this degree of fame, and eventually he realized, through the help of Reeves Gabrels and other people, that he didn't really have to do that. Just do what he wanted to do, and just be comfortable and not have to worry about that anymore. So a lot of the stuff he did, like pretty much from early 90s on, a lot of people haven't heard. And the Reality album, which came out, I think he was touring on that the last time I saw him, which was 2004, I think. There's a song, there's several really good songs in there, but one of them is called She'll Drive the Big Car, which I think is one of his best songs that he's ever done. And it's just really unusually emotional for a Bowie song, because he's not an artist who he's not a very vulnerable artist, if you know what I mean. Not in some way like John Lennon is.
Heart on the sleeve.
Yeah. He's usually singing about characters, and this song is about a character. It's about a woman, a wife who's in a kind of a marriage that's where she's kind of her personality suppressed, and the song's about her kind of letting herself out again. But the way he sings it is so powerful, and it's a really surprisingly emotional song, and it's got a really interesting melodic shape and strange chord changes and stuff, and it's just really fantastic. Plus, he had a really good band too during that whole period. It was Gail Ann Dorsey on bass, and I'm trying to remember the name of the guy, the drummer that he worked with that whole period.
Phil Coulter.
No, shit, I can't remember right now. But that drummer had actually taken lessons from Dennis Davis, who was his drummer in the 70s and early 80s too. So it's kind of like coming full circle. Anyway, fantastic song. Everybody should hear it.
All right, it's Resurrected.
Good stuff.
Hallelujah.
Good stuff. Yeah, the more I was thinking while you were resurrecting right there, while you were I was thinking about that. All I want to do is have some fun. I was like, God, I think I hate that song more.
What?
That other song.
All I want to do is have some fun.
Yeah.
I
hate that song more.
Yeah.
But I just can't take the watery, fucking transparent, just weak.
And I probably told this story too about Sheryl Crow, but I saw her live once, actually, not intentionally. She opened for Crowded House when I saw Crowded House in New York. And there's a whole bunch of weird things about this particular show, because this was the day that the news broke that Kurt Cobain had killed himself, the day they found his body, whatever. And so we were all in a really weird mood, and we went to go see this show, and this person named Sheryl Crow opened. We're like, who the hell is this? I know the music was really, kind of just drab and boring, but the mix was really good. And we were thinking, well, the sound's really good. And then Crowded House finally came out, and their mix was terrible. And they were in shitty moods and not really turning in a very good performance, too. It was like, God damn it. It's like Sheryl Crow's actually better.
She stole the show.
No, she might be a Luba running sound.
Right. Yeah. So that was weird. I never quite understood that because I'd seen Crowded House before at the back alley.
Yes.
Where you and I both saw Tin Machine the same week actually. They were absolutely fantastic there. Great sound, great performance, all that stuff.
So yeah, so we got T-Bone Toms for you next week. If you're in the mood,
yeah, this Thursday,
just swing by the old computer if you can't make it down there. But if you can make it down there, we're gonna have a lot of fun, like my friend Sheryl Crow says.
Remember, 6 p.m. start.
Yeah,
6
early.
p.m. Yeah,
early.
6 to 10.
Set your alarms.
Yeah.
Yes, so don't be late.
So yeah, and
then you.
Oh yeah, then I'm going to Arkansas, to Little Rock, Arkansas. Rescheduled show. They canceled on me last time.
Yeah.
Jerry had he had actually Jerry had eaten a salad by accident, and he was sick for a week. And so no, but yeah, they canceled it last, but we're gonna reschedule it for this Saturday. So 7 o'clock start, Hibernia, Little Rock, and no cover charge, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So yeah, it's gonna be. And then, so I'm gonna go have some curry and chips.
Yay!
Yeah,
that's a cheesecake.
Yeah, some cheesecake. But yeah, we're gonna have So and I'll try to get somebody to do a little bit of a
video.
A little bit of a video.
Cool.
While I'm up there.
Jim Doyle, our friend Jim Doyle, had joked. He tagged me and said, "Hey Chad, you should come up here and we'll have a drink. We'll drink beer at the bar." And I said, like, I'll come only if Patrick will let me drive. Which of course is not gonna happen.
What episode is this?
It's the same fucking.
Still 179.
Damn it.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a new one.
179.2.
Hey, let's do a podcast on driving. Let's do it here. This is episode number 1.
Oh, 10 and 2. 6 and 9.
Oh yeah. So you are now traveling. We're traveling northeast. We're heading to a little town called Houston, Texas. We're going to be a little sore tomorrow, as tonight was nothing less than a fiesta, a party. What else? What else? Fiasco forever.
Frittata.
Doesn't he own the
omelet?
No, he owns Landry's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fertitta, yeah.
Yeah.
Tillman Fertitta.
Frittata.
Yeah, Frittata. Yeah. So tonight we had Blaggards' birthday in a little town called Northgate College Station, in one of the greatest Irish pubs in the land. Am I right? Am I fucking right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
One of them.
My God, it's just McAloon. Where's McAloon? Right there. Wave your head. You just don't care. He said there wasn't one cell phone unless they were taking pictures.
Yeah.
With us.
Yeah.
Or videotaping the band tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fucking intense.
It's crazy.
That was so much fun. And Ellen and Brian Reeves were there, and Brian Morris in from Indy fucking Anna. Are you kidding me?
Larry and Susan and Luke
Greg
and Katie.
Yeah.
Greg and Sharon, yeah.
And happy birthday again, Luke. Happy birthday again to Brooke.
Brooke,
she brought some good-looking friends.
She brought a like 3 tables worth of people.
Yeah, and
party hats.
Yeah, they can put ice cream in them when they get home.
And Trey and Scooter were there.
Yes, man, they sounded great, didn't they?
As usual.
But man, I have to commend our friends at O'Bannon's Taphouse, College Station. I mean, just so they were not expecting it, right? So it's July, and it's hotter than donkey's balls, right? Mm-hmm. Sorry, are they hot? I think they're just lukewarm.
Yeah.
Okay. So how about a snail's balls on a hot floor, right? So they're really it's sticky outside. It's not, but it's also school's not in. So
school's out for the summer, right?
Write that down. It's pretty. You got away with words. So school's out, and we have so Chris said, well, it's not going to be a great night. And again, a testament to Mr. Steele.
Yeah.
He brings us in. Anyway, so he's a gem. Anyway, so he says that we knew better, because we knew that we had a cool 40 people in our pocket that we knew were he had no idea, and we had freshly tattooed Larry, and I mean, just so brilliant. And then so we surprised him, and then we also surprised everybody there because there was a lot of new people.
Yeah.
So a lot of new heads in there tonight. They're kind of what the fuck is it? There was some kind of event happening earlier on because there was a bunch of, we'll say, middle-aged folks in there, some husband wives and some just I couldn't put my finger on what it was. It looked like some kind of convention, where they were a whole group of about 20-30 people decided they were going to go get drinks afterwards. Mm-hmm. And they were completely intrigued by we're setting up, and incidentally great job on this new stage, Chris and all of
that was a nice surprise.
Oh my God. So they put up you have to go to O'Bannon's to check it out, but it just seemed like we had an acre to run around.
All he did was add an extra foot to the front of the stage, but it just seemed like it was twice the size.
And he took the step off where people were they'd come up because they want to request a song or they want to get Chad's number, whatever it is, and they fall and anyway, so
and then the cool part too, he put that rotating drum cage in that flips upside down like a roller coaster. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Oh, that's Molly Crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we sold a shitload of gear in the first break. I didn't have a minute to myself.
Lots of thongs.
Yeah.
I'm just buzzing. I think, and also we also have to say too, because he'll be on a later episode, but Chris Buckley.
Yes.
He just threw down. There's just no other way to phrase it. I mean, that boy left nothing.
Yeah, he did great.
He went home an empty bag. I mean, he gave it all.
But we're gonna do it again on Thursday.
Yeah,
this Thursday, y'all.
I don't know if something changed, but he seems like he's losing less bow hairs off his whatever you call it.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe he's got better bows. I don't know.
He used to always leave hairs everywhere.
Yeah.
Horsehair off his bow, just everywhere.
Yeah.
And it seemed like a little less.
Yeah.
Well, he's using Rogaine. I didn't want to say it on camera, but
Bogaine.
Bogaine. There's the title.
Yeah, it is.
No, he just a tremendous, just a smile on his face, and just delightful. And and there was not a moment. There was just not a moment to take a breath. There was no cheat song. We pulled out songs that we have not touched in.
Yeah, fucking Holloway Boulevard.
4 years.
Yeah,
maybe.
Pair of Brown Eyes.
More than that.
Yeah, 5 years.
Holloway, yeah. And then what was that? Yeah, Pair of Brown Eyes by the Pogues. Just brilliant.
I don't think we played that since like Ian Carmichael requested it in San Diego.
This is so funny when one of us called it, and then Patrick and I started going, oh, geez, dude. We're like going through the courses. That was great.
Yeah.
And you remember we played that song and then it was over. No, it was one of those nights, College Station. I said this tonight on the microphone, absolutely mean it for a change. But College Station is a special place as far as Blaggards are concerned. Chris and Stephanie Steele, the owners of O'Bannon's, have always opened their house and their pub and everything to and Blackwater Draw.
Yep.
They've always it's basically like it's the Bill Cosby rule. It's no saying no, and they just say yes to everything. And obviously they know we're not going to take advantage of anything, but they are. The type of people, they kind of remind me of Jill and Jay Holden, those kind of people, Sienna and June Narnia, who just, there's not enough. They don't have enough to give because it's taken, So it's just College Station is a special place, and Blaggards are lucky to be able to occupy that.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
It was crazy when we were talking about how it's been Blaggards 18 years old, and I'm looking out at the crowd at 18-year-olds, and I'm like, fuck, we're the same age. But I always feel so lucky because the kids there are so cool. They don't turn their nose up at this isn't on TikTok. They don't care. They're just so down.
This isn't 30 seconds long.
Yeah.
Hey, stop posting. Hey, can we get a shot of this, please?
Yeah.
I want to say again, Rochelle Fugate, I want to say one thing. This is now, can we get a shot of the clock? 2:54 a.m. We left at 5 o'clock p.m. today, Central Standard Time. Guess what? This coffee is
Still hot, yeah.
So
It's impressive.
I mean, it is 105 outside.
Shut up.
All right.
It's yeah. I mean, this is a really, and this is not a yet. This is I'm so happy.
It's great.
So
I was using mine on the tour. The last tour going on. So
yeah, but you were using yours for samples, right?
yeah,
Still samples.
it's multi-purpose.
Yeah.
No, we're getting a lot of useful hours out of these things. I really appreciate it.
It looks pretty sharp.
My mom loves hers as well. She's got the purple one.
Oh yeah, she does.
My mom. It's fun for me, like last night, tonight, seeing everybody rocking the shirts from different eras.
Yes.
Brian Moore's had the death metal logo shirt, which was so good. I forgot all about it. But when Connor designed that the death metal logo, that was just one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, I think we got to bring that one back. Don't you think?
Yeah,
bring it back.
definitely.
Just do a black on black print.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that one for sure is good. But then also seeing all the new Dorian art,
Yes.
the crow skulls, and it was really cool. Really cool seeing all the Black Matic shirts and all the different colors and everything. It's always fun. And the work shirts too. The work shirts look killer.
Yeah, those are so good.
Those are the best ones.
And then again, going back to the set list tonight, we kind of reverted back to like we were talking about on the earlier part of the show, or last episode, depending how much you end up with. But these people that have bought standards years ago or downloaded whatever, I mean, they knew every word, every song. And tonight, it was one of those nights to where, and this might get me in trouble, but I just noticed the further north you get, the more participation you're going to get in a pub if you're saying, hey, sing along or clap along, and the closer you get to Houston. I mean, Austin was like a graveyard. Remember some of those Fido nights? Just tons of people, but you just couldn't get them to do the callbacks or stamp one foot and jump. Tonight was one of those nights where they were there to have a good time and to participate, and I think everybody left wrecked.
Yeah.
Everybody left.
Yeah.
So, just a delightful evening.
That's awesome.
And I thought, I gotta say, just everybody playing out of their minds tonight. So that's how you know the College Station special, because we're always gonna give what what we have, but tonight everybody dug deep.
Yeah,
that was just one of those moments where you just kind of look around and you go, fuck yeah, this is how rock and roll band's supposed to do it.
That was killer. Really good.
So no, Houston Press, we're not reviewing our own show. We're actually,
Chris Gray.
Yeah, we're complimenting.
Smart ass.
Yeah, we're complimenting, and actually credit where it's due. That was a it was a big night last night.
Yeah.
But tonight, that's 4 hours of rock and roll, my friends.
Yep.
With the war hymn.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So I'm still a little bit high off that guy's cologne.
That was hilarious.
Somebody tonight decided that there's a new banister, a new rail in front of the stage.
Yeah.
And that wasn't good enough for him. He's gonna lean over it and he's gonna leave his scent on the world. And he was wearing some.
Was he playing a flute?
He probably was.
I thought I saw him playing like a harmonica or something.
Oh no!
What?
That's
or a kazoo or what?
I didn't notice that.
No.
No, that's just wishful thinking. We all used to be over your age. That's all we dreamt about. Guys and kazoos. But no, it's just. I'm trying to find something, something that wasn't as perfect as the night. There's just nothing could have derailed that night. Nothing. And you know, just the fact that Chris was expecting it to be a cakewalk or a little bit slow, and usually hoping to sit and watch. You know, they were slammed.
Yeah.
So good old College Station.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time for me to wake up to go to work.
Oh.
Do you want to stop?
Yeah.
You want to stop and move some stuff?
Jesus. 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I know. When was the last time we saw 3 a.m.? She asked him knowingly.
Still have time to make it.
Yeah. I'll get you there in no time. Turn the camera off, I'll break the law.
Do you work on Sundays?
Yeah, I work every Sunday.
You do? Oh, jeez.
Not this Sunday.
Yeah,
It's
good.
like off.
Good.
I was going to say, because you're going to get written up.
Oh.
Is Andy's not 24 hours anymore?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, Andy's had it. Oh, my God. Talk about, I mean, remember we used to rehearse in Francisco?
Yeah.
And, it didn't seem like it was fucking 6 nights a week, 7 nights a week. Sometimes we would hit Andy's.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
After loadout.
What is the world now? We don't have 24 hours.
Yeah. Remember the I used to laugh at Mike's plate. It looked like an airplane like scooped down and just ran through the middle of his plate because there was beans and rice on each side. The middle of it was complete. Looked like it had been power washed. Somebody took the heaviest chemicals and the strongest jet of water and it was sparkling. And then there's just a little bit on both sides.
What was the one you got that had the egg on it on top?
Wait, Colombian enchiladas.
Colombian, that's
Yes.
right. Yeah.
Egg on top.
Yeah.
I love the egg on top.
Oh yeah.
There's a Vietnamese place called Roostar on Gessner, and they do banh mi sandwiches and stuff. But I've been getting their little bowls with the egg on top. So good.
Dude, I still. My mom and I went to that place one time for dinner. The Vietnamese place that you introduced me to when we were playing. We played that festival thing across the street from shit. What the name of the place? Where we
the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Where we played with Soulshine. Yeah, across the street from Leon's.
Yeah.
And you said, "Hey, there's this great place that serves banh mi down there." We walked a couple blocks away.
Yeah, Connor goes there.
Yeah, and that was the first time I ever had banh mi, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome."
Faux tweets on too or something.
Oh, that's the
Something.
Or friend.
I think it's just like somebody's name, like Tony's or something.
Yeah.
That sounds like the place Connor goes.
Yeah.
No, Cali sandwich.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. My mom and I went and had dinner there one time after that.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
Connor brought some spring rolls home from there and was raving about them. He's gone on this kick. He's gone on this health food kick, and it was the tofu spring rolls. And remember Mai's?
Yes.
Rest in peace, Susan.
They
Rest in peace, Parker Fly.
oh, fuck that piece of shit. Mind you, I'd love to see what the fractal would do to that thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got anyway. But their spring rolls at Mai's, it's kind of like tortilla chips, like good tortilla chips in a restaurant. You end up getting so many that you're just stuffed by the time the food comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're wafer thin, I mean, they're seeing these tiny little, there's that peanuts, and then these little peanuts. I think we've gone on 2 bites, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna. So if you had to bring back one restaurant in Houston that's closed now,
the first one that comes to mind is 59 Diner, but I would go back if you had to pick at the right era. Like the first 10 years it was open.
Yeah, because I never had anything good in that place.
It was
ever.
When it first opened, it was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, could you say that again without the language, please?
No.
Yeah, potty mouth.
Yeah.
No, our 59 Diner was like a staple every time before when I was in the ventilators in high school. And before every show, we went to 59 Diner.
Yeah. First 10 or 15 years it was open. It was fucking amazing.
I mean, everybody raves about it. I just never had anything good there. But we were talking about Mama's Cafe on last timer
for sure.
And I'll be honest, because I worked around the corner in the Outback Pub, and I just cannot remember. I cannot remember a time that that the food was even below perfect. Like a CH below perfect.
Yeah.
It was just always spot on. It was always just wonderful. And even Chewy's on Westheimer, back in 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That place is. I know exactly what you're saying about 59 Diner.
Yeah. Restaurants have eras.
Yes,
Yeah.
but Chewy's was.
Yes.
Now again, I had just moved to town, and by the time I started get my sea legs, for hot food, I get them to spice. Can you make this a little spicier? Can you put something in? And by the time that started, it was flawless.
Yeah. Oh, all throughout the 90s, they were so fucking good.
Yeah.
Pretty much the early 2000s too. They were great. And this was a tradition. Like when I lived in New York, my mom would, when I come home to visit, my mom picked me up from the airport. We would literally just drive straight to Chewy's and eat, and I would be in tears just because it was so fucking good.
Oh, I thought because she punched you.
It was just you couldn't get food that good in New York.
Yeah.
Of any kind. Certainly not Mexican food.
Can you remember? Now, of course, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a little diner in the Heights too. Mike, you probably remember. I think it was on 18th Street. But it was one of those. It was one of those diners that still had the. When my mother was born and raised in Midland, Michigan, and so her favorite thing to do is to go get the chocolate cream soda or chocolate egg soda, whatever it's called, egg cream, whatever it is, at the diners. Where they made the stuff right there on the counter, and they had the little soda fountain and all that stuff.
Wow.
So she's a connoisseur of these diners, of these great little, and root beer floats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just so thrilling to bring her to a place like that. I'll remember the name of the place, but it might even still be there. It might even still be open. But they still had the little Woolworth style counter.
Yes.
With the little bar stools, and they still had all the gear. And I think she may have shrieked when she walked in and saw it.
Wow.
It was so cool. And she was just a little girl again. She was so moved by it, because I remember we did a tour of her town with her, and she brought us to the Woolworths where she had her first.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's a thing to behold. It's not.
Yeah. Is that Avalon Diner? Is that still there on Westheimer? Avalon Diner. Yeah. That was moved. Because that used to be one of those places. It used to be a lunch counter at a drugstore. It was a drugstore lunch counter when it was actually on. It used to be at the intersection of Westheimer and Kirby, and that little shopping center is still there. My mom and I used to go in there when we first moved into that neighborhood, like 1978 or something, whatever it was. We used to go get lunch there at the counter, and I used to love it. But yeah, she'd take me to Woolworths, and when we lived in New Jersey, and I would always get that's how I was introduced to hot dogs, where you get a hot dog at a diner, and they split it down the middle, and then pan fry it, and then grill the bun with butter, And then, God, that was so good. To me, that's still that's how hot dog should be served.
Yeah, not that I ever went there. It was James Coney Island just closed.
Oh, really?
Shepherd. Yeah, remember?
It did?
Yeah, Shepherd.
Oh my God.
Yeah, just closed this week.
What?
But they still have some other ones, just the original, right? With closed, or
I don't know, but I just remember because it's right by Rock and Robin and Cactus Music and all the places we love.
I had no idea.
Yeah, they're gone.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of eras and stuff, they tried to open up a House of Pies out by me.
They did?
On 290.
Really?
It's terrible.
Oh no.
It's
so is House of Pies and Kirby.
No, it's not.
The food's the same, but it's just that they remodeled it. They made it modern and bright.
Yeah.
and it's too bright.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have those yellow.
It's gotta be
those
kind
yellow light bulbs shining on the pie to make it look.
Oh yeah.
Special like dim yellow.
Yeah.
Incandescent bulb. But then they got like bright LED lighting, and it's too clean, and the ceiling's too high.
Yeah.
Everything's wrong. There's no carpet. Like it's just. It's not orange and brown wood grain. You know. It just, they ruined it.
Shag carpet.
And then their hours are ridiculous. They're like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Like nobody ever wants to eat House of Pies between those two. It should be the opposite. Open at 9 p.m. till 9 a.m.
As long as it's not Freebirds in College Station in the summer, closing at 5.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about that's the original Freebirds that started it all. You know, that's the.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's the Freebirds number 1 was in College Station.
Oh.
And
I didn't know that.
Started by Aggies. Yeah. And some guy went to San Francisco to the Mission and got one of those big ass burritos, Mission style, and was like, "Oh, this is good. Let's do it." Tex-Mex, and opened it up in College Station.
That place you just reminded me the
Papalote.
No Mission Burritos on West Alabama.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh my God, yeah. Well, you've got a story about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to love that place though.
Yeah, no, I did too. It was just I was ruined.
Did you ever go back after this?
Oh God, no.
It's fun.
When you found the hair or something?
No. So I was doing a road trip from a road trip? How weird. I was doing a road trip from Houston to New Jersey on my own, and
early 90s, right?
Yeah. No such
thing. Or mid 90s. Whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Before you were married, right?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Bruce Coburn on the cassette deck.
No, Phil Coulter.
Jesus Jones on the cassette deck.
No.
What was the cassette deck?
No, it's Slayer. Yeah, you have to remember too. I was on my own. Yeah, there was the Trooper, brand new, and it was just the greatest sound system. I love those little tweeters in the door. Just everything was spot on. So everything was heavy. Everything was the whole way. But so I leave in the middle of the night. Why not? And I stopped by Mission Burritos before I go. My thing there was to get the the monster burrito. It's like eating a small child. Yeah. It's about the size of like maybe a 3-month-old child. It's huge, right? A fat child. And beans, queso, chicken and beef, jalapenos, hot sauce, corn, lettuce. I mean, these things were right.
Tires.
Yeah. I mean, everything. Yeah. And I said, hold the gluten. And so I start off on the journey, and I'm just, this is great. Windows down. It's fall. They're coming into fall, so the weather's nice.
You got a baby seat for the burrito?
No, I bought a few of them. Oh, I was thinking, this would be great. I know what I like. I'm gonna have it. They're good, hot or cold. And so I take off driving. About 4 or 5 hours, and I could go for a burrito. Hey, look at that! I got some burrito. So I, like a porn star, peel back the tinfoil and start eating. And I wasn't even halfway through this thing, and my stomach started turning. And I was and I started getting cold sweats and shaking. It's just, oh God! So I got food poisoning. Like really fucking bad food poisoning.
Kid from Long Beach to Texarkana.
Yeah. It was evil. Pure fucking evil.
He told me that story when Mission Burrito was still open, and it wasn't enough to I kept going. He's like, well, I've been okay.
Yeah.
I never had any incidents like that.
I used to go there at least every other week.
Yeah.
I don't know why. When I ate there, I'd always get kind of healthy. Like, let me get the whole wheat. Let me get the whole wheat tortilla with the black beans. And I'm healthy today.
Yeah.
And they had the non-stop chips there. You could just keep eating chips.
Yes.
Non-stop. Just keep serving yourself. Yeah. Oh, God, what was that place that was on? It was the same thing too. There, you could just keep eating chips until you croaked. Oh God, what was the name of that place? It was right on.
Taco Bell?
No,
2 pesos.
it was right where Local Foods is now, on right across the street from where Avalon Diner used to be.
Cafe Ole.
You know what I'm talking about. It's the corner of Westheimer and Kirby. And it was a Mexican place that was owned by Cafe Express.
God, I used to work right there at the juice bar.
It had the same concept as a Cafe Express. You go up and order, and then you get a buzzer, and you go up and get your food.
Yeah.
Remember that place?
I'm blanking on that fucking name.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
It had some weird kind of kitschy name, kind of cushy sounding name. I used to go there. I used to eat there a lot when I first moved back to town.
Cocksuckers.
The fuck was it called?
Hey, what about, speaking of places you want to bring back, what about Dietrich's, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure.
And Brothers even. Brothers Coffee.
The Westheimer location of Dietrich's.
I like the Montrose one better. I was partial to it because that was where all our friends were. You know, we knew all the people over at Westheimer too, but Montrose.
Which one did you work at?
One of Montrose.
Yeah.
And again, only for maybe 2 or 3 shifts.
Yeah. Okay.
That was just so ahead of its time. Like,
oh my god, yes.
There was, coffee you got at a gas station. You got your coffee at the gas station. That was it. And then these guys came in with, German espresso machines.
Yeah.
That was where I started putting espresso shots in coffee. That was the first time I started doing their version of a red eye. It wasn't called a red eye. That was like eye opener or something.
Was that before you worked at a coffee shop?
No, this was after.
Okay.
It was after I moved back from New York. When I was going to college, I was going to UH, and I would go there to study a lot.
A lot of my friends were at University of St. Thomas, so they were hanging out there.
Yeah.
Ben Linder was there. And you worked there, I think. And but that's crazy. And I know, John was always really big into coffee too, so we always go down there. It was like a big deal.
But we were talking about the price of, living expenses and how much everything's gone up. Yeah. And it's really sad too because, you can't, I know people do drink that Starbucks shit, they drink those $6, $7, $8 coffees. But even at that price, they have to sell so many of them, to pay that rent in those places. So there's nothing like Dietrich's or Brothers or, even Catalina, which I think their prices are really in line with decent, pricing. It's not gouging. It's not. Yeah. And I love it because Catalina Coffee on Washington Avenue, they don't have plug sockets, so you're not getting all the wires and people running shit. They want it to be a coffee shop. You go in there, you sit your ass down, you start talking, you meet people, and the staff are always engaging. They're coffee, definitely coffee snobs, but not to the point where they're looking down at you. They're teaching you. They're there to help.
Yeah.
And whereas if it was me, if I knew that much about coffee, I'd laugh at you. I'd just be walking peasant. But it's so it's just so difficult to have those style coffee shops. And the one in Westheimer, the Dietrich's on Westheimer, was so beautiful. Yeah. That ornate woodwork that they had on that it looked like a cathedral, like a very small cathedral.
The building's still there. It's like a hairdresser now or something.
Yeah, terrible. Yeah, they did that's the first time I ever remember, because growing up, you'd go to places that had coffee and it was like in the back. They go to the back and fetch you. You'd behind something. Yeah. They were like put the machines out on the counter where it was showcased and there was lights on it.
And they would always offer the ceramic cup if you're going to stay in.
Yeah.
And they knew that these those wankers were walking off with them, but they warmed them atop the espresso machines and would offer you, you're going to do a shot. You want it in ceramic? Yeah, don't put it in fucking paper. I don't want it.
Yeah.
You pour it straight in my mouth, but don't put it in paper. There's nothing worse too. When I was stuck in Kansas City Airport for the day, and all 3 of their vendors closed. I was there for the whole day, and just wanted to get a couple of shots before the coffee place closed.
Yeah.
And they put it in they only had the medium thing. So there's this tiny, can you put 4 shots in there? And I go, yeah, it still looks like it's just like somebody spilled something in the bottom of a cup. Nothing in there. It's fucking terrible. Yeah. And it just tastes so bad when it loses that. A, it's in vapor, and B, it gets cold so fast.
Yeah. When did Empire Cafe open up?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Was that before Dietrich or?
No, that was after.
After, yeah.
I mean, and it could have been coincided.
It's at the same time, yeah. They've been there at least since late 90s, I think.
Yeah, and my son loves that place. Because when I used to, my problem with that place was their coffee was not even close to Dietrich's level of care. The time and the
it was more of a food spot.
Yeah, but the food wasn't great back then. Yeah. But now they really shaped it up. I've seen people talk to me. People that I know don't go to bad restaurants. They speak very highly of it. And my son took my daughter there a couple of times, and they loved it.
Yeah,
they absolutely loved it. So, Empire. They've turned that. There's another place that we used to go years ago. Was it Agora?
Yes. Yeah, Agora's still there.
Yeah, that's still there. Now that's
I don't know how good it is anymore. I've been there a couple of times recently. It was always just so uncomfortable sitting there.
It's more like Turkish style, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't
I think it was
Italian espresso.
Gangnam style.
Gangnam style? Yeah.
But they had Texas Pecan coffee there for a while. I don't know if they still brew that.
I enjoyed that.
I'm still hooked on HEB's Texas Pecan.
Yeah, that was. We're not big on flavored coffees.
No, but that
was an exception.
Yeah.
And there's a place now in Huntsville that I've been frequenting called Sipsy's, and they do not brew regular coffee. They brew pecan coffee, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good. I asked for 2 shots of espresso and a coffee, and he goes, "It's pecan and zonke," and I go, "Well, it looks like we're off to the start. Do you want me to come in again?" And he said, "No." He goes, "That's all we have. That's all we have." I was like, "Oh." I said, "Well, do you want to leave, or do you want me to torture with you?" And anyway, I'm not happy. I tasted it, and I was really shocked.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that terrible that week. Like you get in a coffee in a diner somewhere
Sanka.
Yes, it wasn't that. It was just really just good bold flavor and
I'm telling you, I know I get mocked because it's still the coffee I prefer to drink, but the HEB's, whether they're Cafe Au Lait brand, a lot of their flavor coffees are terrible. There's one they have a snickerdoodle and they have a cinnamon hazelnut or something, but the Texas Pecan is actually really good. You can brew it as strong as you want. It's not going to get overpowering. It's
and
great.
The cold brew is decent too, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
I brought some of those flavors because I don't drink them, but I brought them to June Narnia when we went to Nebraska last, and they really enjoyed it. And they're coffee drinkers. They are true coffee drinkers. Italians. Yeah, but very.
Yeah, everything HEB makes tastes great. What?
You gonna get out here?
Hold on, I'm gonna be late for work, guys.
This isn't an advertisement for HEB, okay?
Yeah.
Here everything's better, Buster.
Yeah. Because people matter.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is going way back to before you guys would remember, but
so you're making it up?
Yeah, you know that where the Bex Prime is on Kirby.
Yes.
Like right south of Westheimer.
Yes.
That same location, right where that is, it used to be in the 70s through the early 80s, I think. It was a hamburger place called Zeke's. And before it was Zeke's, it was Rolando's. Rolando's had 2 locations back in those days. There was that one, and then there was one way out on 59, like in Belford or something. I'm guessing there, I can't remember which one. They were amazing. They were really good. And then,
do you remember? Sorry, saw the burgers. Do you remember Luke's? Was it Luke's Burgers?
That's where I was going next. Fucking Luke's.
Oh my god!
I would,
so right by the Galleria?
I would eat meat again if Luke's came back. I'm telling you.
Really?
Fuck yes. Luke's were the best fucking hamburgers I ever had.
Why was that place so fucking good?
Because they were. I don't know. Whoever the head chef was at the original Luke's location.
I think they were called chefs.
Yeah. Whoever opened that place, they were fucking brilliant. The best hamburgers I've ever had.
Yeah, that was serious. And I remember I got a wrong order one time, but I just get the same thing all the time. Anyway, this one stroke of luck one time, I got somebody else's order, and it was the jalapenos and the thing was just, and you bit into it. It was just like, this is how a fucking burger's supposed to be. And you were talking about putting an egg on it.
Yeah.
You know those big tall stacked burgers or whatever from wherever, they put the fried egg on it. Those things to me are, when I saw them first, I was like, no, I'm not gonna eat that. Then I ate it and I said, yeah, I'm gonna eat that. Langford's.
Oh yes, I've heard good things about Langford's.
It's still pretty good, and the staff are as sweet and as they get busy, so they're not gonna stop and chat with you. But I've gone to lunch with many people out there, and it's hard to get a bad burger. Wow. But Luke's is by far one of the best I've ever had.
You remember what their signature burger was called? The Lucan burger. Was it Lucan Bach?
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
You can tell us anything too, Chad. We're hungry right now.
That was my dad. My dad loved Luke's too. That's what he would always get.
Got a Lucan burger with an extra cheese. So now, gun to your mouth. What's the best burger? It's been a while since both of you guys, but just what would you guess the best burger?
Best burger, Beck's Prime.
Not even close.
That you can get now?
Not even close.
That you can buy now?
Yeah, go to right now. I'm going to tell you right now, Whataburger, like you get the right Whataburger.
Oh yeah.
No, it's going to beat Beck's Prime right now. We can tell you that for free.
I just remember Beck's Prime. They always put white pepper on their burgers, and that was found that out. So then I always keep white pepper in the house now. And it's I don't know how it's different than black pepper, but stays bright out later.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
No, but yeah, white pepper is so good on a burger. It makes it really good.
And I also found out that when they in Beck's Prime they use decaf coffee in their shakes.
What?
Yeah, they put decaf coffee in their shakes for the flavor for the chocolate shakes. Yeah, but they put it in there, but they won't use caffeinated. They won't use regular coffee because the decaf smooths it out. It's not. It tastes much better.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's like how we used to use at the coffee shop. The trade secret was to mix in low fat, like skim milk would foam better than full fat milk.
Wow.
So you'd always mix a little bit of skim into a normal cappuccino just to make it foam better. Nobody knew that. Customers never knew that. We did that.
You're so mean.
But it's true. I don't know why that was true, but it worked.
So you're going back to some Whataburger, best burger?
No. I'm just saying that would be like that. Like the right Whataburger would beat Beck's Prime. My son and I enjoy the Firehouse at Langford's.
Yeah.
It's got ghost peppers and jalapenos, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, you check that out.
It's so good.
There's a place out in Katy that's really good called Craft Burger. It's on Mason Road, and the chef Shannon is the chef is in charge of it. And
there's no such thing as a chef in a burger shop. Sorry.
It is. But I was gonna bring it up earlier when you were talking about the root beer floats.
Yeah.
Because they have a root beer float that is just perfect.
Okay, can we go there now?
Yeah. No, it's a really good spot, and he's got about 8 different kinds of burgers on there, and then they also do really famous for their hot chicken, their whatever that
spicy chicken.
Yeah, spicy fried chicken. But if you're ever stuck in Katy and you run out of gas or your car breaks down, Mason Road Craft Burger is really good.
I'll look it up. It is.
It's a good one for the Katy folks.
Yeah. Well, I guess they deserve it living in Katy.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he used to have he has a spot downtown in the, there's some food hall or something downtown now.
There's a few of them.
Yeah.
Eamon from Molly's and I went to a couple of different ones.
Yeah.
And they are, that's again, we were talking just a few minutes ago about the rent, and the cost of having these buildings. So all these restaurants are teaming up and they're opening up in essentially food courts.
Yeah.
And they're huge and they're kind of noisy and they're, you always feel like you're in an airport.
Yeah.
Everything's back to back. It's kind of like that Post downtown. Mm-hmm. They've got those a beautiful building and a great view and all that stuff. However, all those restaurants, shoveled into a spot like that to me is, yeah.
Well, what's funny about that? In Glasgow, they've always had those, and there's this place. I don't remember the name of it. It has some like salt in the name. It's not Salt Hill, but it's something like the salt.
Assault?
No,
not salt.
No, it's just like this. It used to be like a trading place where people would trade.
Oh yeah. The place in Cork we were talking about.
Yeah, like the English market. It's like,
yes.
Yeah, but they have a food court like that in Glasgow with all these little restaurants and like a little Italian spot, a little seafood restaurant.
Yeah.
Like Supermax?
No. This is like somewhere Joe Pearson would take you, not a Supermax. But yeah, no. So anyways, that Craft Burger, I think he's got a spot downtown, maybe in Bayou Beach. There's one of those food courts that I was reading about it, but he does like the little pop-ups, like you're talking about.
And FYI too, we were talking about coffee shops. We need another one. We need to big mention about Campesino Coffee.
Oh yeah.
Always great staff. Always know their coffee. And funny story, we were talking about brothers and Dietrich's. Hernan, the owner, was a co-worker of mine, and I called up with him. He also owns Etro downtown, the nightclub. So we ran into each other. He had opened a coffee shop, and I found out online that he had this place. So I went down to try it out, and his mother actually does some of the cooking down there. So there's this wonderful food, the homemade stuff, and just really good. And the coffee is outstanding. Just black coffee on its own. A lot of the times I have to put an espresso in it to taste it. No, not here. Wow. It's all good, and they serve them in the little handmade, clay mugs, and it's just very classy. And it's not high class, right? It's just well put together, and it's a very welcoming atmosphere. Blah blah blah. But he just opened a secondary location, and it used to be the Hubcap Burger at downtown, right around the corner from Molly's on Main Street.
Yeah,
I forget the street, but he just opened that, so he's got his second coffee shop.
Campesino Dose.
Yeah. But back when he opened up the first Campesino, which is on Law Drive, or I think it might be Oakham, because you cross over Westheimer. But it's I went in to see him, and we shook hands and caught up a little bit. But he said to me, he said, I credit you and this other friend of mine for opening up this coffee shop, because I was always after him to, go bartend and then open up your own place.
Yeah.
Go do that, and he did. And he used to work at I think it was called Spy or something downtown, one of those trendy nightclubs, and he just got onto it. And he's a phenomenal businessman, great, and he's one of these people that, well, he used to go by Geronimo back in the day. So if you ever had good coffee at Dietrich's or Brothers, on Montrose back in the day. Hernan / Geronimo was, or Antonio, he's got many names. And, but he just one of these people that just took to the business and he's never looked back. And I just, if anybody gets a chance to try out good coffee, great people, always good food, check out Cappuccino.
Yeah, I like that place.
It's always really comfortable in there. Everything is always, you know, the right height, the right temperature, the right amount of space. You know, it's just it's well done. The patio too. Enjoy that.
Taco Milagro is the name of the restaurant I was trying to remember.
There you go.
Milagro.
Remember that place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked next to that place for like 3 years. Not 3 years, but 2 years.
Where at?
We had a juice bar called Smoothie Island Juice Bar.
Oh, right in the same building?
Yeah, it was right next door.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we used to have a deal with them. They'd come in before their shift, give their wheatgrass shots, their smoothies or whatever, and then they would give us plates or whatever, with chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a Milagro.
Was it eggless chips though?
Yeah, no, there was a limit.
Fuck that place.
Yeah. $2 you call it.
Didn't it become didn't that become like Rojo or something, like something different?
It's local foods now.
You know,
Yeah,
before
that it was like, I thought it was Real or
Right, they changed its
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
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 I don't remember that.
But I remember talking about
And Richard's Liquors.
Yes, I think it's still there.
Chad, this is your neck of the woods, the village. There was a couple of places that I really enjoyed. What was it? I even hate saying it because my kids would fucking they'd probably just stab me in the neck. But Jason's Deli in
Before they moved upstairs?
Yeah, before they moved upstairs, and also the one on Shepherd and Westheimer.
Yes,
oh my God,
those are good locations. Yeah.
They-
They're both gone now, huh?
Yeah.
Are they both gone?
No, the one on Westheimer's still there. Westheimer and
Oh, it is?
yeah,
Okay.
and Shepherd.
Well, I think the one's still in the village is just upstairs now.
Yeah, but the one on on Shepherd, we went there a lot because I used to get the. There's a couple of things that I really liked. I loved the cowboy, the deli cowboy, which was the brisket, onions on bread, and then the roast beef with the au jus. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good, but
Mine was the Sergeant Pepper. So I was
yeah. And I remember, but the manager would always come over, and stand by the table and just kind of check on you and can I get what can I and those little the little ginger, those little chocolate ginger,
the muffins.
Oh my God. But anyway, yeah, thanks for listening, you all. And
Yep.
Mike, thanks for coming back. And so then Chris,
Happy to be here.
Chris says hi.
Yeah.
He's very shy, and he's got no pants on. Oh my God.
All right, y'all.
Good seeing you. Thanks for listening.
See you next week.